What is an uncountable noun? Uncountable nouns are for the things that we cannot count with numbers. They may be the names for abstract ideas, qualities, or for physical objects that are too small to be counted. Uncountable nouns are used with a singular verb. They usually do not have a plural form. Cash, cash. How much cash do you have on you? How much cash do you have on you? Sport, sport. Tennis is my favourite sport. Tennis is my favourite sport. Work, work. I start work at 8 o'clock in the morning. I start work at 8 o'clock in the morning. Temperature, temperature. The temperature suddenly dropped to 0. The temperature suddenly dropped to 0. Beauty, beauty. Beauty is only skin deep. Beauty is only skin deep. Food, food. My favourite food is spaghetti and meatballs. My favourite food is spaghetti and meatballs. Furniture, furniture. The room looks different with the furniture gone. The room looks different with the furniture gone. Entertainment, entertainment. The hotel is famous for its entertainment. The hotel is famous for its entertainment. Love, love. Love makes the world go round. Love makes the world go round. Youth, youth. I spent my youth playing football. I spent my youth playing football. Rain, rain. The rain will continue into the evening. The rain will continue into the evening. Clothing, clothing. Loose clothing gives you greater freedom of movement. Loose clothing gives you greater freedom of movement. Laughter, laughter. Laughter is the best medicine. Laughter is the best medicine. Noise, noise. Lots of people have complained about the noise. Lots of people have complained about the noise. Water, water. Do you have any water? Do you have any water? Salt, salt. Please pass me the salt. Please pass me the salt. Sugar, sugar. Do you take sugar in your coffee? Do you take sugar in your coffee? Nature, nature. Nature is at its best in spring. Nature is at its best in spring. Traffic, traffic. I got stuck in traffic and missed my flight. I got stuck in traffic and missed my flight. Fuel, fuel. The plane was running low on fuel. The plane was running low on fuel. Danger, danger. The sheepdog protects the sheep from danger. The sheepdog protects the sheep from danger. Travel, travel. The quickest means of travel is by plane. The quickest means of travel is by plane. News, news. Send me an email when you have any news. Send me an email when you have any news. Energy, energy. Young people usually have more energy. Young people usually have more energy. Ice, ice. Is the ice thick enough for skating? Is the ice thick enough for skating? Silence, silence. His arrival brought complete silence to the room. His arrival brought complete silence to the room. Education, education. I'm going to get an education and a decent job. I'm going to get an education and a decent job. Research, research. I'm still doing research for my school project. I'm still doing research for my school project. Rice, rice. Would you like another bowl of rice? Would you like another bowl of rice? Equipment. Equipment. The equipment is checked on a regular basis. The equipment is checked on a regular basis. Pasta. Pasta. Fresh homemade pasta can be so easy and cheap to make. Once the pasta is cooked, I make a sauce with tomatoes, chilies, and garlic. So simple, but ever so tasty. Jam. Jam. Warm toast with butter and jam is one of my favourite things to eat. When I was a child, I preferred apricot jam, but now that I am older, I like strawberry jam instead. Meat. Meat. I don't eat much meat in my diet. If I was to go to the butcher's and buy some meat, I would buy sausages. I quite like sausages. Oil. Oil. I use a little bit of oil to fry my sausages. When preparing a green leaf salad, I drizzle a little olive oil to make a simple dressing. Rice. Rice. I rinse the rice thoroughly in cold water before cooking. If you have time, soak the rice in cold water for at least 30 minutes. This will help the grains cook more evenly. Salt. Salt. I always put a teaspoon of salt in my water when cooking pasta. Putting salt in your water when cooking pasta was a tip that my grandmother taught me. Soup. Soup. In the winter, I love a bowl of tomato soup. Making soup requires very little in the way of culinary skills, apart from an ability to chop vegetables. Sugar. Sugar. To make frosting for the cake, mix powdered sugar with a little milk and vanilla. I gave the ingredients list a quick check to see if the cereal contained any sugar. Tea. Tea. I make a cup of tea first thing in the morning. According to the internet, the British drink approximately 100 million cups of tea every single day. Toast. Toast. As I spread jam on my toast, I wait for the kettle to boil. Sometimes for breakfast, I start with porridge, and then mid-morning I have 6 egg whites on brown toast. Water. Water. I always try and drink at least 2 litres of water a day. To prepare Simply cut an X in the base of the sprouts and blanch them in boiling water for about 5 minutes. Wine. Wine. You can cook wine to make more flavoursome sauces. When I go out to a nice restaurant, I will order a nice glass of red wine to accompany my meal. Honey. Honey. Sometimes I put honey in my tea. Using tea instead of water in the recipe gives the honey cake a nice foundation and added depth of flavour. Cheese. Cheese. Cheese might be one of my favourite things on the planet. Instead of sweets or biscuits, give cheese or fruit as snacks between meals. Flour. Flour. In a large bowl, whisk together the flour and cornstarch, baking powder, cinnamon, and milk. Using very clean hands, knead the dough in the bowl, adding more flour a little at a time until the dough no longer sticks to the bowl. Fruit. Fruit. I try to eat at least 5 pieces of fruit a day. For dessert, the choice is limited to pancakes, chocolate cake, or fruit salad. Mustard. Mustard. The chicken tasted very fresh and the sauce was delicious with a bold mustard flavour. The cold plate was beautifully presented on a bed of green leaves, little pots of mustard, hard-boiled eggs, and tomatoes. Coffee. Coffee. I love the smell of fresh coffee in the morning. Dark roast means that the coffee bean has been roasted to a higher temperature and for a longer period of time than in light roast. Milk. Milk. I add a splash of milk to my tea in the morning. Add the milk and allow the porridge to boil for 30 to 35 minutes on a low heat while stirring occasionally. Butter. Butter. I like to keep the butter cool, so I keep it in the fridge. In a bowl, use an electric mixer to cream the butter and brown sugar until light and fluffy. Cereal. Cereal. I like to add chopped bananas to my cereal. Cornflakes are my favourite type of cereal.